Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape 3 Marketwatch. Now, in terms of updates this week, we have the Harvest Hollow returning to RuneScape, the RuneScape 3 Halloween event. I have done a couple of videos of that earlier in the week, which will be in the corner of the video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. The quest video has gone down incredibly well, and I like to think I'm getting a bit better at the quest videos as well, even though this one was quite an easy one anyway. But we have the on the day release, the quest video, and also a little loot video on using the Last Wills, which is a little event very similar to the wrapping paper of Christmas, but it's a Halloween version with some drops on a unique table as well. But videos will be in the corner if you guys want to check it out. Very decent event, and the Last Wills one is a pretty good one as well. Hopefully you guys get lucky and snag yourselves one of the decent items available from that. But we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only. Welcome to Runescape 3 Marketwatch, where we go through the grand exchange, price rises and price falls for this week, to pick out any money making methods, investment tips, or anything which will make you a little bit more money in your RuneScape 3 gameplay. So let's get started and let's see what it's got in store for us this week. So as always, anything which is like an override or a token genuinely will skip unless it's a big one. So we'll jump through. So we have the Wizard Blizzard Drink, 3.7k for that. That is up in price. A Dracolith Stone Spirit, 189. Teak Plank, 241 GP each. And a blue die is 3.9k. Before any seasonal event, normally there's going to be quests. They always seem to have dies. Like, if you're looking for like a really easy, low-level, free-to-play money-making method, stock up on dies before a seasonal quest, and genuinely, you will make some money from it because they just use it so often. We have logs at 1.1k, onions 1.3, big bones 266, and the brand new meteorite dust is 486. That's the grand exchange price though. I haven't actually checked what the actual price is, but it'd be really interesting to see if it's actually good GP, because it could give you another method, whether it's mining or whatever it is. I've actually not done the update, and just to see if it's another way to make some profit. But maybe we'll go and venture out a little bit and see if these meteorite dusts are worth collecting. Robust Memento, 1.3k. A brown apron is 14,000 coins, which is quite crazy really, because I'm pretty sure that the shop in Varrock sells them. So if you want a little quick, again, free-to-play money-making method, buy brown aprons, because for whatever reason, they're 14k, and I just don't know why. If you do know why, put them in the comments. Steel darts, 11 GP each. A bond is going back up again to 15.2. We are going to start getting to the season where bonds are going to be worth it a bit more, and it's going to start going up in price. We have things like leagues, which has knocked up the price of a bond a little bit. We also have things like the Gridmaster in old school again, which will increase the price of bonds, and people buy them for that. But also things like Christmas. Generally around November is when people renew the premium membership as well, so that is another good one. And as well with Christmas, you have the wrapping paper promo, and normally if you use a bond, you get double wrapping paper, which is actually worthwhile doing. So yeah, the bond going up is no surprise towards this time of year. And also as well, it's getting darker, it's getting colder, especially in like Europe and stuff. People will be in more and people want to play the game. So it'll be nice actually to see with all the content and like leagues and the Gridmaster, just how much the game sort of pushes in terms of numbers towards the end of the year. Orichalcum Stone Spirit, 285. Summer Pie, 3.1k each. Infernus Pyroclast, 2.4k. With the price of Ultra Compost, I expect Infernus Pyroclast to go to about 5k each. It only really comes from Zami, so its supply is limited. Yes, it comes in big drops once you get the loots, but I think its supply is a little bit limited from Zami. Powder of Penance going back up again, 721,000 coins. A Grimy Harlander at 4.5k. We have Purple Dye at 4,000 coins each, but that will probably be a little bit over. And Grimy Avanto, 573. Magic No Paper on its way back up, 583 for that. A Summer Down Wall, 15.9. And Eternal Magical Logs, 2.7. Rune Nicotuna still benefiting from the rune crafting update, 83 mil there. Magic Seed, 36.3. Papaya Tree Seed, 214 GP each. And the Exec Kill is 1.5 bill. Swamp Tart 246, we have Chaotic Brimstone at 9.6k, decent price for that, and a lot of the, especially high tier Zami collections, do make a fair bit of money, so really interesting to see like if there's any others in the Zami collections going up, and I'd really encourage, like, while these prices are up, to go and focus a little bit on the Zami collection. It is still a Tetra Compass set as well, very underrated actually, the Zami collections for Archeology. We have an Abyssal Creature Wildcard, 97.5k, Mahogany Logs 424, Mahogany Wood Spirits 283, and a Strawberry Seed is 97 GP each. We have the Chest of Seasons at 39.7 mil, Golden Roses 1 mil each. I'm debating doing a video to go and visit Whirligigs again, because with the Hypno Wand, it must be something where the Hypno Wand can proc or do something, because the difference between the price of the roses and the powders is a bit bigger than what I think it should be. So maybe once their prices settle down, I'll go and have a little play with that and see if it's something worthwhile, because again, the golden roses used to be one of the best moneymakers in the game for skilling. It used to be like 70, 75 mil easily per hour. Obviously, the prices of the powders have varied, and the golden roses have also gone up an awful lot. I think it benefited a lot from the golden roses being cheap, but I think it might be worth just seeing if it's still like that as well. Blue Dragon Hide, just under 1100 coins. Magic Logs, 906. A Staff of Air is 3.2k, and a Sign of Life is 8.3 thousand coins. Platinum Stone Spirits, 7.1. A Black Warlock is 659 GP each. Broken Memento, 427. And Miasma Rune still going up, 597 for that. Soul Seed, 1996 GP each. A Woad Leave, 19 GP. And an Amulet of Glory, pretty decent jump actually, 14.3k. And for a Glory, that is actually a pretty good price. Very, very good for that. Diamond Necklaces, 3.8. Uncut Opal, 560. Body Talisman, 1800 coins. And a standard plank is 211. Air Runes, 40 GP each. Fire Runes, 76. We have a standard Cooked Lobster, 128. And Leather Scraps, 3,000 coins each. Gravitator Souls, 3.9k. We have a Crystal Boat at 363. Inert Adrenaline Crystals, 1848 for that. And an Elder Seed is 47.9k. Guam Incense Sticks, 7.5k. Medium Plated Salvage, 4.8. Sparkle Energy, 340. Tectonic Energy from Virago still going up in price. That is currently at a price of 952.9k. Runny Honeycomb is 249. And the Ensouled Pumpkin Mask in the red variety is already on the Grand Exchange. 262.2 mil, which must mean any of those loots you get from your last wills will make you money. It's going to be tradable. So really interested to see what price these go. In my opinion, they look better than the OG one, but they're very useful. I don't think people quite do rituals to the level where they're a must buy to go and train your rituals, but they're a nice little thing to have, and they do look very, very cool. A Meteorite Chunk is 547. Purple Sweets, 2.8k. A Starbloom Rose Set plus 5, is that? Plus 4 is 9.4 mil. It's actually quite cool they've put these in sets actually, and this might be something which has just been done quite recently, because it seems that the price jump is only been around since 21st September. But it's really nice actually that you can put this in, that you can put these into sets, and I wonder if you would make money turning these into sets as well. The Starbloom Armors, now it's been in the game for a little bit now, I'm going to sort of have a play with that in terms of money making method on the main account and see if it's worth doing, see if we can make money from it, and definitely a plus 4 rope set might be something we have a little play with and a little try with as well. We have the Tummican's Gloves at 86.3 mil, the Boots at 90.1, the Chest at 368 mil. These will probably be way above the mid price. Again, these are all the Mascot drops. I've not really dialed in much on these, because again, between sort of leagues and when I was last playing, a Mascot's been released, not really paid attention to it, not tried the boss, so I'm not quite sure what the prices are. But there's a few little things dotted around. I wouldn't say it screams like, oh, everything's going up in a quite aggressive price, but there's a few things dotted around. There's a few archaeology items. It's weird that air and fire runes are up. Things like diamond necklaces, amulet glories, they can be really good money making methods. So can buying like non-charge glories and charging them with like a Geyser Titan. That's a really good one as well. So there's a few things I would pick out, a few things to keep an eye on going forward as well. That Infernus Pyroclast, if you can get any of that near mid at the minute, you can turn it into the Ultra Compost, which is 9k each. It's a really good method. But yeah, it's a few decent things to pick out. A lot of grimy herbs. Again, the Powder of Penance and the Golden Roses are going up. A couple of archaeology items dotted round. Magic Logs, Blue Dragon Hide going up. Always nice to see like your gathering stuff going up. And yeah, pretty decent price rises. But let's see if Price Wars has something better to offer. Let's see if that's got anything which sticks out a little bit more. So Cursed Ashes, and I imagine some of the ashes and the bones from the last Wool event will go down quite a lot over the next couple of weeks. It could be a very good time for us to pick up on ashes, especially Impious Ashes. Impious Ashes are quite expensive, and certain bones for training prayer as well. So we'll have a little bit of a look. So Cursed Ashes is the first one, 404 GP each. Soft Clay going back down, 748 GP for that. It did have a little bit of a bounce, but it's gone back down again. So it was over 1,000 coins for a little while, but I imagine it's going to go down a lot more because I think the urns are going to go down eventually, and because of that, the demand for soft clay will also go down. The Assassin's Walk Override has gone down 133 mil, 630 mil for that, which is getting to a point where it's almost like if you want this override, this was one of the most like coveted overrides for such a long time. If it's going to go down to a reasonable price. So Dragonkin bones is one of the higher tier bones which are dropped from the last wheels. 11.8k for these are getting to a point where these could be worth picking up. The ones I'd keep an eye on are Dragonkin and Dagannoth, so we'll probably see Dagannoth a little bit further down. Iron Bar, 1.5k each. We have Black Dragon Hide getting to a point now where it's getting a little bit cheap, 1.7k for that. Tuskers Wrath ability, 4.6 mil. Green Blubber Jellyfish on the last wheel drop table, so definitely one to keep an eye on. 1.8k currently for that. Magical Thread on its way down quite aggressively, 561.1k each. We have a Ripper Demon Wildcard, 18.5. We have Infernal Ashes, 486 GP each, and Greater Necroplasm at 298. Cobalt Blue, 8.6k, which for a colour archaeology material, getting to a point where that's a buy for me. I'm someone who sits on a lot of Tetra Compasses, and like it's very rare you see colours go under 10k. So for Cobalt Blue to be at 8.6, that's starting to become a little bit of a buy. We have the Ascension Bolts and the Shards properly crashed out of their like price rise. Now, the only problem is that the Hydrix Bolt tips have gone the other way, so even making Ascension Hydrix Bolt is just not worth it. So these actually peaked at 4.2k, so to see them at 1.2, it just shows you how inflated their price was. A Starbloom Flower Seed is 38.3k, Soul Surge Cosmetic is 900k, Regular Ghostly Ink 6.1, and Hand Wraps of First Necromancer 5.7. We have the Augmenter at 376k, Manuscriptures of Jazz 155, Molten Glass 173, and Ascension Keystone at 73.9k. We have a Starbloom Flower at 21.8, Eternal Magical Wood Spirit for whatever reason still hasn't crashed, but it's 10k. Enemy Wildcard 55.4, and an Uncut Moonstone at 124.6k. Dagannoth Bones, 6.5k each, and this could be the sort of time to see these really crash. Now, I kind of mentioned last week these would be a buy with how aggressively they were crashing. I wasn't expecting the Last Wheels promo, so this is probably one to stay away from for another week or two. And then I think I'll be putting a low ball offer in because these could be a really good way to change some prayer at a really good XP rate as well. Powerful Necroplasm, 487 GP each, a Bowstring is 695, Yellow Die 6.7k, and a Magic Shield Bow 1.3. We have Gleaming Energy 324, Grimy Spirit Weed 6,000 coins, Wine of Sarah 38.4, and a Normal Chinchumper 203. We have a Mahogany Plank 850 GP each, a Dragon Hatchet 38.2, Willowwood Spirit 60, and Artisanal Gears 340 GP each. Arubri's 382, Not Skipping Ticket 840k, and Tortured Ashes, another one from the Last Wheels drop table, 2.3k each. Dinosaur Bones 14.8, a Raw Rocktail 978 GP each, Imphide 836, and Lesser Necroplasm 171. Frost Dragon Bones also going down 18.2k, and Gold Bars 1.9k. Now, it's been a while since I've said this because gold bars have been considerably higher for a while. Gold bars are by far one of the best investments in the game, in my opinion. They will always sort of have a bounce eventually because especially after back of the double XP, the amount of gems which come into the game, people will always make things like the necklaces for porters off the back of it because it's such good profit. Now, with it sort of falling quite a bit over the past couple of weeks, maybe it's got more to fall. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on, but gold bars, from my experience, have always been a very good investment. So definitely want to keep an eye out for that. Bronze bar, 1.2k each. Can't believe that's going down even more as well. Like, bronze bars used to be the best like entry level money making method. I'd recommend to anyone starting free to play. So to see it at that kind of price is just wild. We have raw beef at 893, bucket of water 295, cowhide at 843, and a willow log 1037 GP each. A large crate of historic components 10.6, ancient viz 2.7, clean tour stalls 4.1, dragon scale dust 202 GP each, and an armadillo chain skirt 5.1. We have grain varieties at 36 GP each, raw sailfish 6.5, time rune 553, and Acadia logs 1.6k each. The soul die, a lot more expensive than what I thought it was at 900 mil, is down to 855. I wonder how far it's going to sort of go down with this promo. We'll have to see over the next couple of weeks, but I think it'll be in price falls for a little while. We have a Teakwood Spirit 642, an Aggression Potion 73.7k for a Fordo. So again, price falls offering some things to keep an eye on going forward. I think with the Last Wheels promo, anything in terms of the bones, so For me, Dragonkin, Dagonoth Bones, and maybe a couple of the Ashes. Definitely worth keeping an eye on in terms of the price. I imagine when people have collected all their buckets of slimes as well, ectoplasm will go down hard because you can convert that from the buckets of slime into the ectoplasm afterwards. You have other things like aggression potions as well. That's a pretty reasonable price there. Some random skilling bits. The star bloom seeds and flowers on the way down as well. I do think Ascension Keystones at 73k is quite a good price if you want to go and do that boss log. I've been eyeing that up for a couple of weeks actually, so yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on. But yeah, bones and a lot of skilling supplies dotted around here, which could be a really good time to sort of pick some stuff out. Ghostly Essence is now on its way down, which I think after a while we all knew it was going to go up and then eventually like it will bottom out. I imagine we'll see it go 3k, maybe lower, but if you are someone who uses Ghostly Essence a lot, once it gets to about that 3k amount, I would stock up for a little while just so you don't get caught out, buy any merches and once it's bought out and stuff like that. However, that is going to be Marketwatch for this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see over the next couple of weeks. So we are back on the standard RuneScape free grind, so we'll be pumping out money makers for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.